Number 1, ablutophobia. At least that's how I think you pronounce it. Ablutophobia is the overwhelming fear of bathing, cleaning, or washing. Does this scare you? Or does this scare you? Or does this even scare you? If you said yes to the first 2 pictures, then you may have ablutophobia. Now, what are some of the symptoms? Avoidance of bathing or washing to avoid fear or anxiety. Difficulty breathing when faced with the task of bathing. Panic attacks. These are all standard symptoms of phobia. I'm convinced all of India has this phobia. That was just a joke. It was a joke. That's just a joke. Am I wrong though? Now, would I say personally, do I have the fear of bathing or washing? Definitely not. But then again, if I did genuinely have this phobia, I would most likely never admit it. So, who knows? Now, yes, I have fallen victim to going a day or 2 without a shower. I mean, who hasn't? But do I fear the shower or bathing in general? Maybe if it had razor sharp teeth or if it had a face of Michael Jackson on it. Michael phobia is a real thing, by the way. Search it up. Now, after reading up online some stories of people that actually suffer from ablutophobia, it doesn't seem like they are actually scared of the idea of bathing itself, but actually a fear of getting attacked whilst doing so. One person even said that they had a fear of getting eaten by a dinosaur, shark, or whale while showering, which I think is completely rational. Albeit this is a story I read on Reddit, so not the most reliable of sources. With this perspective in mind, I can sort of rationalise with it. As a kid, damn, I just hated shampooing my hair because it meant I had to close my eyes for at least a few seconds. Terrifying, man. That meant all the scary monsters and demons can sneak up on me, without me seeing them, without me being able to whip out some of my karate moves, just to stop them from coming because my eyes are closed, man. How am I meant to stop the demons? Now, I'm interested if anyone watching this actually has this phobia, or maybe even just learn now that they do. I can say for one that I do not. Arithmophobia. Arithmophobia is the extreme fear of numbers. Some may only be specific numbers such as unlucky 13 or even 7. I don't know why, but I'm just not a huge fan of 7. I am the number 1 7 hater, and I can't even explain why. It's just an ugly number, man. I hate 7. Straight up, I just hate 7. Maybe it's because I hate the 7 times tables. I honestly, I suck at those. I wouldn't say I'm afraid of it though, by any means. I just have a strong dislike towards the number 7. Some of the symptoms of arithmophobia may include chills, dizziness, excessive sweating, trembling, or shaking. Now, some numbers, as I mentioned, are considered unlucky. In fact, number 4 is considered unlucky in Japan, China, and Vietnam. It is actually considered so unlucky that they don't even use the number 4 in elevators, hotel rooms, and even serial numbers. Heaven forbid it's your 4th birthday over there. I genuinely wonder if they just skip that age. I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe everyone in those countries are a year younger than they actually say. No wonder they have a higher life expectancy. Now, I was no maths fan by any means, but I can't say I would see the numbers on a test paper and start shaking in my boots, pissing my pants, and crying for my mum. In fact, I probably got more scared of seeing letters in maths because why the fuck is that? Why have they just included letters into maths? I hated the day when they started doing that. I feel like this is more of a skepticism rather than an actual fear of numbers. But who knows, I'm not a professional. I only did some slight research on this. If you have a genuine rational fear of numbers, I am genuinely interested because I want to know why. So if you do, please say so in the comments. Bromidrophobia, the fear of smelling bad. Now, finally a phobia I can get behind. Bromidrophobia is the fear of smelling bad and is actually quite a common phobia. Thank God. I wish the kid that sat next to me in science during my school years had the phobia. Symptoms can include excessive showering, extensive hygiene rituals, and even missing school or work due to the fear of smelling bad. Now, I am most definitely self-conscious about smelling stinky. I can't lie, I put my hands up. I'm self-conscious about that. But would I let it affect my whole day or schedule? Definitely not. I think we should all have a little bit of fear, or rather be conscious of how we smell. But it goes a step too far when it starts to affect your day and dictate your life. Yes, it sucks getting told you smell, especially when you was first period at school and you just knew you had a whole day of just stinking, and there's no way you can cure it. I do understand why this can be quite a common phobia though, because I'll be honest, if I told my girlfriend that she smells in public, I think she would generally start having a seizure. Claustrophobia. Perhaps one of, if not the most known phobia. Claustrophobia is the irrational fear of confined spaces. Now this is definitely another one I can relate to, however mine is rather just a strong dislike rather than a fear. There's nothing worse than being in a tight elevator with loads of people. I always just go on my phone and just stare at the calculator app, I can't lie. I try to make myself look like the busiest person in the world when I'm in an elevator full of people. I honestly don't know what people did before phones in elevators. Did they just stare at the wall? Or even worse, did they actually make conversation with the other people? Now, I'm not against a little bit of small talk with strangers. In fact, I quite enjoy it. But for some reason in an elevator, I can't think of anything worse than holding a conversation with someone. Heaven forbid the elevator gets stuck, man. That's actually one of my worst nightmares. Maybe I just have a phobia of elevators. Symptoms may be sweating, trembling, a choking sensation, and a dry mouth. The development of claustrophobia is often caused from traumatic events that you may have experienced in your childhood. Maybe you were trapped or kept in a confined space. Maybe you even had a parent with claustrophobia. Who knows, man? Regardless, I can't imagine claustrophobia is nice at all. And I unfortunately believe it's a relatively common phobia. Decidophobia. Now I think this is something that all women are just born with. Decidophobia is an irrational fear of making decisions with the general symptom being significant anxiety. Now before you all label me as a sexist, I have constructed an in-depth analysis online and of my own girlfriend and have come to the conclusion that many men suffer as I do. Something as simple as picking an apple from the supermarket, man, turns into a whole ordeal. It stresses her out because for some reason she has to get the best looking and the best tasting apple from the bunch. Don't even get me started on going out to dinner. She spends more time deciding what to get from the menu than actually making conversation with me. Now some decisions can definitely be scary, and I won't deny that. I have fallen victim to procrastinating rather than making decisions on some important things in life, such as which Pokemon should I choose as my starter. I wouldn't say I fear it though, but some decisions do definitely play on my mind. I'm interested to know, do you think any of you suffer from decidophobia? I think it's quite common. Now I've got a real doozy here for you all. Triphobia. Now I actually personally know quite a few people in my life that suffer from this phobia. Some of my friends and even my girlfriend. Triphobia is the fear or aversion to the sight of clustered patterns of holes or bumps, often causing feelings of disgust, anxiety, or even panic. Now, I don't personally suffer from this phobia, but I can understand why some of these pictures may make one feel uncomfortable. Some triggers of triphobia are bread and bagels with seeds, cheese with holes, hell, even honeycomb. You're telling me a crunchy can be a symptom of triphobia? Thank God I don't suffer, man, because I love a good crunchy, I can't lie. Some studies actually suggest that 1 in 6 people have some degree of triphobia. So, as phobias go, it's pretty common. Like I said, this is a phobia I can totally sympathise with. I mean, I don't start stressing out when I see the pictures, but they're not the best things to look at. But yeah, this is just really just a little short list of the different phobias out there. There's so many more, so I may make another video on this. So if you did enjoy, please like, please subscribe. I need subscribers, man. I've got 1 subscriber, and that 1 subscriber is my mum. So please consider subscribing and liking, and as always, I'll catch you later.